So, you want a fucking alien. But the goddamn stingy US government is keeping all that sweet alien puss for itself. But you're a communist, and you know they should be sharing, so you've devised a plan to seize the means of extraterrestrial reproduction. And you are willing to lay an entire military complex to siege for your God-given right to bust a mighty fat nut in a xenomorph.
Hello everyone, it is your host pinkworkerFX here, and welcome back. It's been 3 months, but let's forget about that. Today I would like to say I'm sorry, and I don't mean that lightly. I truly owe you guys an apology. On May 8th, or roughly 3 months ago, I promised in a video that I would supply you guys with content all throughout the summer. It's now August 9th, as of recording this, is what I would have said if I didn't put the script aside. It's now August 21st, school has already started. Again, I'm sorry, I can be really lazy sometimes. Anyways, what did I give you this following summer? I gave you one video and one live stream. Now, before I get into the excuses, I mean the reasons I couldn't upload, I'm proposing an upload schedule. I will upload on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. All these days I'm free to make videos, and now on to the reasons. My cousins, June Sub 38 and Epic Brands, actually came over for the summer. Now, I have no problems with having guests over if they follow these 3 rules. One, if they're expected guests, which they were, they gave the heads up a week in advance. If the guests are calm and collective, we'll get into that in a second. And the most important one of them all, don't fucking bother me. I like my peace and quiet, okay? These 2 kids ended my career before it even started. They took these 3 rules that I just mentioned, slammed it on top of a dining room table, and fucked it silly like a Game of Thrones sex scene. Remember when I told you they gave me a heads up a week in advance? They said they're gonna come next week and then proceeded to show up 2 days after. As for being calm and collective, they would bicker, they would fight, they would argue day and fucking night. Like, this shit was exhausting. And don't think you're safe from criticism either, Karma. For those of you who don't know, Karma, formerly known as Yale 101 or No Hairline Kid, is my nephew. I commonly refer to him as my little brother in my videos and my streams. He was part of the fucking problem. Him and June Sub 38 were the main ones getting us in trouble with my dad and with my mom. And finally, the last rule, peace and quiet, did not fucking exist while they were here. Like, these kids had no semblance of what an inside voice is or was. Them talking normally would be me yelling at the top of my lungs. Like, I could leave my room, go to my dad's room, which is 5 rooms away, and I could still hear them loud and fucking clear. Like, it got so bad that I could no longer chat with my friends on Discord during the day, because they would often not be able to hear me, and they would refer to the background noise as monkeys having an orgy. Now, it wasn't always this bad. The first month of them being here was perfectly fine. I had my PC, Jude had his Xbox, and Epic Brands had his computer. Everything was fine and dandy until some big brain individuals decided that we should take 3 high power consuming devices and put them all in one room and plug everything into one extension cord. Those big brain individuals were me and Epic Brands. Now, we had our reasons. His computer was originally in my sister's room. She claimed that it took up too much space, so we ended up having to move it into my room. Now, let me get a little nerdy on you guys for a second and explain why this is such a very bad idea. You see, a modern household has something called a residential circuit. A residential circuit can draw a maximum of around, 1,800 to 2,400 watts. Our house was built in 1958, so I can safely assume that its max load is around 1,800 watts. My PC has a 430 watt power supply, Epic Brands has a 450 watt power supply, and June's Xbox power brick draws 112 watts. That's fucking 992 watts in total. Now imagine half of all the power your home produces being drawn from a single outlet. That's actually fucking insane. And now it comes in the breaker box. You see, modern day engineers are absolute fucking geniuses, okay? They know people are actually this fucking retarded to do something this stupid. So they equipped it every breaker box with this super neat feature. If too much power is being drawn from a certain location, the breaker trips, cutting off all the power to that circuit. Until you physically get up, go to the breaker box, and flip the switches back on, allowing power to flow again. You see, there's these cool little things that like run across your house called circuit wires. If too much power is being drawn from them, they overheat, they short circuit, and they start house fires. Luckily for us, we didn't have any fires start, but what ended up happening was my computer shorted after having the breaker trip 3 times. And I had to spend the next 4 days trying to figure out how to get my computer up and running again. And then like, once I finally got the computer to start working again, the internet went out, or so we thought so. Apparently someone had downloaded a pirated copy of GTA 5, and our ISP, or internet service provider, had quarantined us for 2 weeks. Like everybody pirates games, okay? Like, I didn't know that fucking internet companies quarantine you for pirated shit anyways. After that, I had to go offline for 2 weeks, which sucked, and to top it all off, Karma and June Sub 30 did the most retarded thing of the summer. Something so stupid I'll remember it for the rest of my days. Now I'm gonna let you decide. Did they A, get caught making out in a tool shed, B, break my fucking grandma's ash jar, or did they C, fight over food like the fat, black, obese Negroes that they fucking are? If you chose C, you're correct. These absolute fucking brainlets squared up over some nachos. Oh, I'm sorry, did I say nachos? I meant nacho, because fighting for a bowl of this stuff was too complicated. These Neanderthals fought each other like with real punches over a singular nacho chip, and my dad ended up banning all electronics for 3 days. So I couldn't use my computer, I couldn't use my phone, I couldn't use my laptop for like 3 fucking days. Now, I know it sounds like I'm fucking pissed, which I actually was at the time. None of these were real problems, okay? Like, I could deal with it, I could still manage. The biggest problem I had over the summer had to do with my own computer software. OBS, my go-to streaming and recording software, game ended itself. I had already made 2 videos, 2 massive collabs with ItsMT, Fame Extract, The Rainmaker, and Epic Rest, but both videos failed because OBS had failed me. The first time the video didn't record, leaving me with 2 hours of audio and no footage, and the second time I actually did record my footage, but it was extremely laggy and unwatchable. The 2 videos in question were named Storming Area 51, featuring Fame Extract, Rainmaker, and ItsMT. The other video was playing a Roblox game called Rake, playing Rake Game with the Boys, featuring ItsMT, Fame Extract, and Epic Rants. So that basically sums up my summer. I'll try my best to stay true to the schedule and make up for it. Now it's time for the desk review. This is the setup I've been using for the past 3 years, and looking at it, it's really damaged, and I would say it's about time for an upgrade. So here's the package for the new desk. It looks fairly small from the camera's perspective, but it's about 70% of my size. I'm like around 5'11", so it really is a large box. I'm just gonna skip all of this. I just realized that all of these clips combined, they're just me fucking up an IKEA desk 6 times in a row over the span of 48 minutes. So I'm gonna save you the time and show you the finished product. Okay, so I really like this desk. I think it looks amazing, and I can't wait to start using it. Now back to where we left off. I actually have 2 video ideas ready. The story time of how I was expelled, which I'm already finished with the script. I just need to record the audio and edit the video. And the second one is something I want you guys to decide. I'm thinking of bringing back the Content Sheriff, in which you get to choose what YouTuber I do it on. Thank you guys so much. Like, even when I go offline for like these large amounts of time, you guys still find a way to support me. So like, thank you guys, like truly. This has been BlackFireHD, and thanks for watching.
I ain't here for the money, I ain't here for the fame. Though it might be nice to own a jet plane, I'ma do it all for you.